Yeah, you already know what it is, man. It's a kid, Jahlil Beats. I'm in the building with HNHH.com, man. Holla at me.
Jahlil Beats, holla at me.
My dad had a band, so he had us like messing around with little instruments, guitars, drums, stuff like that. You know what I mean? The keyboard. That was my first taste, you know what I mean? Just being in my dad's room and messing around with it. He had a little studio, so we record little demos. I'm like 6 years old, like rapping and stuff like that. So I was pretty much born into music. You know, that was my dream. You know what I mean? I didn't really fully know, I didn't think I was gonna get this far. Like my first goal was like, yo, you know, I'm gonna make music, you know, I'm gonna do what I love to do, make my little money here and there, and I'm gonna have a song on the radio, and that's that, you know what I'm saying? Then a song was on the radio, then another song was on the radio, you know what I mean? Then name started getting out there a lot, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, I'm here. When I first got up with Meek, you know, I known him for a little bit and he got locked up. Yeah, he got locked up. He did like, I think like an 8-month stretch or something like that. So we'd always like talk on the phone, you know what I mean, while he was locked up. And as soon as he got out, he had nothing else to do. He was on house arrest. So we would go to the studio from 12 to 12, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much how we like, you know, gained our friendship and stuff like that, and just built that relationship. So Meek pretty much is like, anything I tell him to do, if I tell him that he gotta fix something or change something, he's like open to it. Like, yo, I trust you, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really have that type of chemistry with no other artist but Meek, you know what I'm saying? So they're not even finished the album, so I think I'm gonna do like most of the finishing the album up, you know what I'm saying? So we probably hit him with a single when he come out or something like that. We was just in the studio one night, and I had it in the booth just playing around as I was done my session, and she just said it, and I was like, yo, I should use that for a tag, you know what I mean? Jahlil Beats, holla at me, you know what I'm saying? And I did it, and it worked out. I think that tag is more famous than me. Right now, we almost finished Curren Pilot Talk 3. I got about 3 joints on there. Working with Cool and Dre. You know, we working on Bobby Shmurda's EP. I think he's about to drop a mixtape too. I'm not sure, but we working heavy. I was just out here last week working with him. He's super high energy. Dude is like all over the place, man. He's like super fun to work with. You know what I mean? Real cool. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put it out on a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? I put it out on a free instrumental mixtape called Crack Music 6. Right. And, you know, I'm happy that I did that. You know, my peoples was telling me about it, everybody was hitting me up. And I was like the last one to catch the wave, you know what I'm saying? So when I found out how big it was, you know what I mean, I reached out to him and I was like, yo, it wasn't really that big yet, you know what I mean? I didn't know how big it was gonna get, but I reached out to him and I was like, yo, you know, just rock out with the record, you know what I mean? Bankston used the record and he was like, yo, I'm just trying, you know, get on, you know what I mean? So I was like, yo, just rock out with the record and do what you gotta do. And then after that, it was everywhere, it was over. When I'm making beats, it's just like, you know, if I wanna make a record for Jeezy, you know what I mean, I'll try to make it an anthem, you know what I'm saying? Same thing like with Meek Mill, Ross, you know what I mean? It's just, whatever that style is, I try to do me, but, you know what I mean, do whatever they are good for, like, you know what I mean? Jeezy good for that trap, turn up street anthem music, you know what I mean? Meek for that hardcore street music, so I'm gonna do what they do, but with a little twist on it, you know what I'm saying? I might do hooks, you know, I rap a little bit just to, you know, I do a lot of little reference tracks and stuff like that, and I play around with it, but I wouldn't really call myself like a full-fledged MC. I just got a passion for the game, you know what I mean? I love music, so I wouldn't say down the line I'm gonna be Kanye West or something like that, but I do play around with it. You know what I mean? You might hear some bars on the album and all that. You might hear a few hooks on Meek album or something like that. We pushing for the summertime, so we just getting everything out like around January. So I'm probably drop the first single like around Christmas time, and then we just start to really go hard on the promo side for the album. The album is called Legendary. I got like 2 records from Problem that we gonna jump out there with. I might do it through just digital, just drop it on the net, iTunes or something like that.
Well, I'm always nervous right before a show just because I want to give my all.
Right.
I don't never want that to go away at the end of the day, man. And then once you walk out, it all goes away.
This is my very first headlining.
How was that feeling, man, just knowing that you have this tour these days and you headlining your own tour and you just dropped your album?
He called me one day and he was like, hey, man, how serious you are you into that? I'm like, Why? It was, I did some reading on it, man. I really care about you as a